Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Mary and I give you guys an extra warm welcome. I would love it if you grabbed a snack, stayed for a while, and click the subscribe button. I would love to have you. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you more than you know. So as you could tell by the title of the video, my R.E.M beauty concealer finally arrived. It was sent to my old address, so then I had to wait for it to get sent here from my old address. So that is why that took so long. Okay, so why don't we go ahead and get started with this review. Alright guys, so before I tell you about the product and everything, let me go ahead and just do a quick disclaimer. I don't use any filters on my camera. Honestly, I don't even know how to add filters to my camera. I don't even know if this camera has the option to add filters. It's like a $250, almost $300 camera, so it's not super high tech. And yeah, I've gotten, I think in the past year and a half, at least 5 comments asking me to please stop using filters. I don't use any filters. I use a natural light to film, and sometimes, you know, with cloud coverage, it can alter the image, make it look kind of blurred. But it's not a filter. It's just the lens adjusting to the light and just everything. Even with studio lighting, it can happen. It makes it look blurred. I promise you, I don't use filters. I don't need to use filters. Honestly, I feel like my skin is a pretty decent type of skin. I don't have too many breakouts. I don't have acne scars. I don't have any serious issues. I don't feel like I need to use a filter. So I think just from now on, anytime I do any complexion product, I'm going to say that, like, FYI, I'm not using any filters for anyone that wants to watch my review. And then I think I'll also take a picture right after I apply it and post it on the screen somewhere so you could see what it truly looks like. Because at the end of the day, it's a camera. It's not going to actually portray what we see with our naked eye. So yeah, just FYI, public service announcement. All right, now that PSA is out of the way, let's talk about this new Sweetener concealer from R.E.M Beauty. I'm not gonna lie, Ariana Grande's brand doesn't really interest me all that much. It could be just because the aesthetics of it. I definitely feel, I mean, how old is she? 25, 26? Well, maybe she's closer to 30, but I just feel like the target audience is a tiny bit younger and it appeals to a younger audience than for someone like myself who is 35. So when this concealer was announced, I actually was interested. The other thing that interested me is the under eye cream, which I think this is infused with it. Yeah, infused with our R.E.M Hydra Smooth Essence. So that could be why, but yeah, that is about the only 2 things that actually interest me from her brand. So I was actually pretty excited when this was announced. This concealer, and this is what the actual packaging looks like. It is a glass bottle. It retails for $24. As an 18-month shelf life, and it was made in Italia. I purchased this through Ulta. You can get it there or at the website for the brand itself. It comes in 60 different shades. So I do feel like it was easy to pick a shade just because of the way they labeled them. I picked up medium 1W, and I'll give you my thoughts on the shades. It also comes with a little spatula that you can pick up the product with. I didn't use this. I did the wear test yesterday. I didn't use it just because I feel like you can grab too much with this little spatula, but it comes with that. And when I purchased the concealer, there was a promotion going on. You got a free little sponge with your order. I think it ended on the 8th of August. I don't know if I'm going to use this today because honestly, I don't think so a little dome, and then it's pointy, that I can use this under my eyes. I mean, unless I really fold it, but yeah. Okay, so we're gonna get to applying this under our eyes. All right, guys, I already have my foundation on. For today, I went into the new Hourglass foundation, and I did use the R.E.M Beauty sponge for my foundation. I don't like this shape too much. To hold it is actually very awkward, and it kept falling out of my hands. So shape I don't like, but It's actually pretty soft and it blended out my foundation beautifully. Okay, so I did go into my Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Under Eye Primer. You can use this for your eyes and your under eyes. I'm going to show you how I applied it because I didn't scoop it out and put it under my eyes. I actually went straight into the pod with my brush. This is a Sonia G Jumbo Worker, and I feel like I just have more control over it this way. Let me swatch it for you actually. It does feel very emollient, very creamy. Medium 1W, like I said, that's what I purchased. I do feel like the shades actually run a tiny bit lighter. Like I wouldn't think that that's a medium shade, you know, more like a light medium. So I go ahead and apply some here, and in the outer corner, and very softly blend, kind of buff it out. And that's what it's looking like. It's pretty cloudy today, or at least this morning here, so my lighting is not as great as I would like it to be. Alright, so this is what the concealer is looking like, and I feel like it looks just a tiny bit drying. The formula doesn't feel dry, but under my eyes I feel like it does look a tiny bit drying right now at this moment in time. I luckily have a blemish here, so my pinky, let's see how this does with covering that blemish. Not that great. So the coverage on this, I would say it's a light medium coverage, possibly build it to a full medium. The R.E.M Beauty Sweetener Concealer applies with a smooth, lightweight veil that can be layered to customize coverage with a soft matte finish. Conceal, correct, highlight, brighten, contour, and carve. Touch up or use all over the face. Every pot is full of multitasking potential, which that I will agree with. They came out with a white shade and a black shade. That way you can customize your shades. So far, I feel like this looks a tiny bit drying under my eyes. All right, now we're going to set the under eyes, and I'm going to use my Makeup Forever pressed powder in Ivory. There's a lot of wind, so if you hear noise, that's what it is. Okay, I may just make sure that everything is nice and blended, no creases, so I don't see all those bad boys in. Now with my puff, and it literally, the slightest amount, and I press in. All right, so that is what it looks like once it's been powdered. It's actually looking pretty decent. I still feel like it's looking just a tiny bit drying, and like here in this inner corner right here, I feel like it looks like it's just sitting on top of my skin a tiny bit. All right, let me finish off the rest of my face and I will be back. All right, guys, the makeup is all nice and done. Here is what the under eyes are looking like, and they actually look pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, they actually look a lot better than they did for the wear test yesterday. So let me go ahead and hand you over to past Mary for the wear test, and then we'll finish off this video. Alright guys, so here is the concealer freshly applied, and honestly, I feel like it looks a tiny bit drying. I haven't even powdered yet. Alright, it is 11:45 in the morning, and I just finished powdering my under eyes, and I used the Makeup Forever pressed powder in the shade Ivory, and I still feel like it looks a tiny tiny bit dry, more than I would like. So I definitely feel like as of right now, this is a pretty drying concealer for my under eyes, but we'll see how it wears. You know, it could wear amazingly, but as of right now, I feel like my under eyes look pretty drying. All right guys, and here is what the concealer looks like with my face pretty much nice and done. I didn't get a chance to fix my hair yet. So right now, with makeup and everything done, I feel like it looks okay, but I still feel, I wonder if you can see it, that it looks like it's just sitting on top of my under eyes versus it actually being blended in. You can tell where the concealer ends and where the foundation begins. It's not as bad as when I first applied it, so I feel like the oils and everything just kind of sinking in. I haven't sprayed my face with setting spray. But yeah, we'll see how it wears. I'll see how long I wear it for. Today we're doing my toddler's early birthday celebration since my honey's not going to be here for her actual birthday. So I'll be outside and all that stuff. Okay. I'll be back. Hi guys, it is now 6:45 in the afternoon. It was a very eventful event. This is what my makeup looks like at the end of the day, and I'll have everything I'm wearing linked down below. But let's look at this concealer. I think it did pretty well. Other than it looking really dry upon first application, the more it sits on my skin and it starts to just interact with the oils and the moisture of my skin, I feel like the dryness kind of goes away. So I'm not mad at what I'm looking at, and I think it performed pretty well. We did get rained on outside. The birthday party was outside. Cloud coverage in and out, so it was warm, it was windy. Yeah, so I think I pretty much put this makeup to the test today. I think it still looks pretty good, especially the eyes. I think they look decent after 7 hours. I think as of right now, it works well. I wouldn't say it's like an absolute amazing one, especially because upon first application, I just don't like it. If you have really dry under eyes, you might not enjoy this concealer. I think there's definitely better concealers out there. So that is the result of the wear test. I'll pass you over to Mary with the outro. All right guys, so now that you know how the wear test went, let's talk about what I think about the concealer right now, day number 2. So application actually went a tiny bit smoother. It still looked very tiny bit drying, and I think I just remembered yesterday I did forget to put on the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Under Eye Primer, and today I did put it on before applying the concealer. So I feel like that definitely made a huge difference, at least when it comes to my under eyes. I know not everybody believes in under eye primer, but for me, I do feel like it made a difference. So yesterday, the beginning stages were not great, and then as time progressed and it sat on my skin and my oils and moisture on my skin started to sink in with the concealer, it started to progressively get better. As of right now, my under eyes I feel look actually pretty good. They haven't really creased. I mean, above your normal creasing, and they don't look dry. Maybe just a tiny little spot right here, but I feel like that's just a dry spot that I have that's been there for a tiny bit. Better today, for sure. Just like any other makeup product, sometimes you have to find a way that it'll work for you. I definitely have to make sure that I use under eye primer, or else it's just going to look dry and almost cakey under my eyes. So if you are somebody that has very dry under eyes, I don't know if this is going to be for you. When you swatch it, it does feel creamy, it does feel emollient, it does feel like it has a lot of moisture, but once you start blending it out, I feel like the formula almost turns to powder, and that could be why it looks a tiny bit dry. So keep that in mind if you have more mature skin. I don't know if this concealer is going to be for you. You saw the wear test. It actually wore very beautifully. It withstood wind, rain, anything you can think of during the wear test. So longevity, for me personally, it did do a really good job. Okay, but I think that's it. I think those are my thoughts, and that pretty much concludes this review for the new R.E.M Beauty Sweetener Concealer. Do I feel like it's a concealer that you need to go run and get? No, I don't think so. Do I feel like it's worth the $24? I think you're definitely going to get your money's worth because of the formula. I do feel like it's going to go a very long way. You don't need a lot. R.E.M Beauty lands like between the affordable and the high-end side of things when it comes to makeup. So yeah, that is it. Those are my thoughts on this concealer, and I get to pick my foundation and concealer combo either tonight or tomorrow, so I'll definitely be including this concealer, and my thoughts on this can totally change. I've only used it twice. So okay, but yeah, that is it. That concludes this video. Alright guys, my apologies. I'm wearing like a t-shirt, and it's like a CrossFit t-shirt, but it's Sunday. It's like our lazy day. Alright guys, well, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. You guys have no idea. With that being said, I would love it if you gave this video a big ol' thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it, and you would definitely help me out in the algorithm of hopefully bringing some new and fresh eyes to my channel. And if you haven't done so already, I would love it if you joined my small YouTube family by clicking the subscribe button. I would love to have you. Alright guys, I will see you on the next video. Bye.